Good afternoon. Um, Today I will be presenting about Secretary File Management System, the final presentation. Alright, let's get it on. Right, our team consists of only two members. Um, the leader of this team is Muhammad HAZMAN Han bin AKTAR, and I am HAZIQ FIRDAUS bin MAZELAN. Our supervisor is Puan Nur SYARAFINA binti Abdul Rahman, and our panel is Puan Nur Yazilina binti Hanafi. Alright, so let's begin. Introduction. Our, um, the system that we will introduce is named Secretary File Management System. This idea comes out after we have discussed it with our supervisor, right? So the reason we choose this system is that the Jabatan Teknologi Maklumat dan Komunikasi of Politeknik Kuching Sarawak has been recording data the manual way, which provides inaccuracy of the data input by the user. Therefore, we introduced system auto increment, which is a unique number, so the running number is easy to be controlled. And lastly, we implement optical character recognition to digitalize documents for record keeping in the system. Let's move on. Okay, the problem statement. So the first problem statement is records are not captured, managed, or appropriately preserved in a consistent and organized manner. This creates significant risk since critical organizational knowledge assets may be lost, not accessible, or only recovered at a high cost. The JTMK department has been recording the manual way for ages. So the time has come for that to change, for the system to change. Alright, let's move on. Objective of project. So the first one is to keep track of file classification numbers. The second one is to control running numbers. The third one is to digitalize documents for record keeping using OCR. So the first objective of the project is basically you can add, edit, or delete data. So the second objective, which is control running numbers, this is a unique number which will be increment sooner or later in the system when the user will take the unique number. So the third one is digitalize documents for record keeping using OCR. Okay, this basically is the highlight of the system, which is to scan and digitalize handwritings and to keep it inside the system as attachment. This is a special one because it can fix the inaccuracy, the integrity of the data submitted by the user. Right, so let's move on. Software and hardware. So for the software, we are using Atom. We have our own internet plan, and MPP Control Panel 2.4. Inside the item, we will be using Python programming language to develop our framework. And for the hardware, we are using our own laptops to develop. Right, let's move on. Security requirement or exceptional handling. Okay, the first one. The username and password are case sensitive, so it must be typed carefully. The second one. Only registered user can access the systems. Running number is controlled by auto increment, which is I have mentioned in the second objective. So the last one is restriction of the letter and running number access. For the next slide and so on, I will be giving the authority to HAZMAN.
So now I want to show how we gonna use our systems as a user. So here is our login interface. So first thing first, I log in as admin, as you can see, as admin. Then I have my own password, simple password. So here, as you can see, these are the details of the users that has been recorded and has been added into the system. Okay, here we can edit it. Okay, let's say I want to edit. Okay, here edit. Then let's say I want to change this to admin. Okay, and then I submit. Okay, and it said your data has been successfully updated. And when you click OK, you can see okay here HAZMAN as an admin. So the level, okay. Then we also can delete. Okay, we can click here. Okay, so I want to remove HAZMAN, the admin, label admin. Okay, and it will be deleted. So and here I want to delete first because I want to add later. Okay, here I want to add HAZIQ FIRDAU, and his username is HAZIQ. Okay, and we put a simple password, and we put his level as a lecturer. So we click on submit, and this is well done. Then we want to add another user, that is me myself, and password as a secretary. Then after we done add the users, we go to logout, and we want to try the HAZIQ as a lecturer and the users HAZMAN as a secretary. So here we put HAZIQ, his username, the user username, and his password. And here click submit. Okay, here is the lecturer interface. Okay, first thing we will go to the current running number. As you can see, this is the latest head number letter and sub number letter that has been added in the system. So let's say we type here 400. Okay, then here we can search for academic, and then we go to the academic. So after that, we go back to the home, and here we want to do a request of running number. So we can choose anything. So as you can see, Here is the running number. Running number is always in the bracket. Then, okay, let's say I take pemansuhan aset, pks.htmk 200-1 in the bracket. The running number is 2. Okay, let's say I take, and the system uses the current available running number is pks.htmk 200-1 equals to 2. Here, the latest running number is 2, and this is the instruction that to we need to follow. Then we choose a file. Okay, then this is as an example of the file. Let's say I choose this file and I go to upload image, and yes, your file has successfully been uploaded. And then this is your running number is the pks.htmk.200-1 in the bracket 2. So after you click understand and you see the current running number here, that we have take the pemansuhan asset running number, and as you can see, the running number has been increasing. Okay, then finish on the lecturer interface and its function. So now we want to go to the we want to be HAZMAN. Okay, the secretary, and we put here his username HAZMAN. Okay, the user's name as a secretary and the password. And here you can see all the details of the uh, head number letter and sub number letter that has been updated as usual. Okay, here the first function we want to use is the register head number letter. Okay, let's say head number letter I want to put 900, and the title is um, discipline. Then we submit it and say well done. Okay, then it will be automatically going to the register sub number letter. Okay, so we put our head number letter that we have been put 900, and the sub number letter on discipline means on the under discipline head number letter. Let's say we put um let's say we put the number. Let's say we put like 100, and the title we can see we can take like example pemakaian, and we submit it. Okay, it will say well done, and here we can see the latest head number letter 900 discipline, and the latest sub number letter 900-100, that and the name is pemakaian. So the latest running number is starts is 900-100 in bracket 1. So we can see the system is successfully recorded the head number letter and the sub number letter with each name. So the second function we want to use is the minute mesyuarat. Okay, here is the result and the running number that we can put. Okay, when we go to the minute mesyuarat, we can choose file that we want to put in that we want to upload, and let the OCR to translate it, to digitalize it. So this is an example. Okay, we upload the file. So here is the loading time. Okay, and the loading time is depends on the handwriting, on the person's handwriting, and on the how many characters that the OCR need to digitalize, and we can put our running number here. Let's say I want to put 3, and we submit it. And when it says well done, and you put it OK, and okay, here we can see at the minute measure detail, okay, we can see that this is the result, okay, of the OCR, that the OCR has been digitalized, and this is the number, okay, the running number, okay. And we go to the previous page, and we have been added a new head number letter and sub number letter. So now we can view it on the running number details. So we can see we can see here, we can see who is taking the running number. Okay, let's say PKS data MK has been taken by HAZMAN, by Ja, and we can see here is the running number that has been taken. Okay, and we go to the previous page, and here we have finished all the functions, and that's all from us, and thank you.
So here goes to the advantage and disadvantage of our system. So the first thing first is the advantage. The advantage of our system are we manage to implement the OCR as we know as the optical character recognition onto our system to make it more efficient for the users of the system to digitalize the minutes of meetings instead of typing manually, which may provide inaccuracy when submitted into the database. So the next one is we have implemented auto increment system to keep track of the running numbers as more users will take the next running number so that the admin will be able to check the progress of the running number. So here I can say is what is the auto increment system in our system is every time the new number has been taken, okay, the new number will be recorded into the system. When the new number has been recorded, the system will automatically coming up with the new number, and there will be no redundant data where there are two users that using same number. And the last one is our system is user friendly, systematic and simple for the end users to interact. We try our best to not make the system too complex for the users to comprehend. So for the disadvantage of our system is the accuracy of the OCR. As you know, we as you know, we have been using the third party open source OCR that doesn't require any cost. So that's why the accuracy of the OCR is pretty low, and the OCR will not be able to utilize handwritings from human as the handwritings differ for each person. As now, the OCR is able to digitalize computerized fonts to be able to translate digitally. Next is the design of the system, GUI. Due to the comprehend constraint of the time, we are able to make it eye-pleasing design-wise.
So here is the cost between our system and existing system. Here is the difference between our system and the system that if other people do, and a data management system as their project. So as you can see on the picture here, the question that they always considered is what measures are needed to implement and operationalize the data management. Do you need extra time and resource to implement data management throughout your research, regular team meetings, setting up collaborative research and environment? And do you need a dedicated data manager? And do you need any staff training? So all of this is the question that always comes up that will affect the price of the project. So here is I can say is the estimated cost. So we can see here data manager at level 2, salary between 60 euro per hour, and travel cost, lunch and time. So all of that is the cost that we need to pay to make someone making an data management system. And the tips is if multiple partner, institutions, research or founders are involved in your research project, consider the cost of management, planning, meetings or discussion. And every little things will affect the cost of the data management. But in our system, it is a local system because we are using the third-party open source software and optical recognition character, as we know as OCR. And furthermore, we do research on the requirements and develop the system on ourselves. So here I can say is there are two of us in one group, and we are the team manager, we are the developer, we are the researcher, we are the founders, and that's why our system is more low cost than other system. And also the OCR, optical recognition character, that we are use is a third party and open source software. So that's why, as I can say, in our disadvantage is the accuracy is pretty low and doesn't meet the overall requirement. But that is the best way and the low cost way that we can implement the OCR in our system. But for the closed source, it will cost pretty much about to 200 ringgit to 300 ringgit on buying the system from the closed source party. And that's why we don't choose to get a closed source, because it's quite expensive for us as a student to to buy it and make it as our and implement it in our project. So last but not least, in conclusion, so in our conclusion of our system is more systematic because of the implementation of OCR and unique number. Besides that, our system required low cost ownership rather than other systems that use closed source OCR. It is because we use a third party open source OCR. And lastly, our system will not have any random data because of the unique number. So as I can say here, our system is pretty systematic because of the implementation of our unique number on the running number, and the implementation of OCR that makes the secretary works more easier and reduce the time taken for them to write it manually. So that's why what I recommended is about our system is it is more systematic, it is more efficient than other system out there that has been built, and we have improved and innovate from the OCR implementation. And because of the OCR implementation and because of the unique number implementation. So that's all from us. Thank you.